decentralized database, okay, with a strong consistency support. Just now we discussed what we mean by consistency, correct? So here it is a distributed technology, the network is distributed and the database is decentralized. All right. So this is a very simple, what we can say, the look of a blockchain. From the diagram, you will easily understand. Here, every node or every user will maintain a local copy of the data, okay, that they want to share between different nodes. Now, this whole system will ensure the consistency among all these nodes between these local copies. So the whole blockchain will make sure that, suppose the copy or the data that is maintained at this node, that is edited at this node, will be available to all other nodes, the same copy. So this whole thing will be taken care by the blockchain network. Okay, and one more thing, this local copy of that particular node, this node will be identical at every node with the help of blockchain. Correct? And whenever any copy is updated, if any changes is done in any copy, immediately the whole blockchain will make sure that updated copy will be available to every node. So here, with this concept of distributed network, okay, it helps us to maintain multiple copies of the document securely at every node ends. So if any one of the node fails, okay, that will not affect the other nodes' access for the particular document. Right? Very good, right? It is very advantageous to use blockchain. Okay, I don't need to depend on a particular server, on a particular node. Right? Okay. So, and because of this nature, blockchain is also called as a public ledger. Now, what is a public ledger? It is also called a distributed public ledger. Now, what is a public ledger? Generally in stocks, they are maintaining the ledger of all the stock transactions. So same thing, blockchain is also based on the public ledger. This public ledger is basically, we can say, it's a database, okay, which maintains all the historical information, all the historical transactions, which is available to every node in the distributed network. And this ledger data or this historical information may be utilized later for any future computation, for any future application. So if I want to give the example, what exactly public ledger is, that is used in the blockchain. So for example, if I'm doing some transactions, okay, on the blockchain, any financial transaction on the blockchain, so all my historical transaction, all my previous transaction history will be maintained on this ledger, and I'll be taking the help of this old transaction to validate the new transactions. Okay, and that is why we don't require the third party to do the validation. I'll give you a simple example. Suppose I have an account in ICICI Bank, right? I'll be transferring the amount to, suppose, a Upamanyu's account, right? Now, before transferring the account, what the bank will do, bank needs to check, it needs to validate whether I'm having sufficient balance in my account or not. If I don't have that balance, right, if I don't have that required money, I won't be able to execute a transaction. So this validity check is done by the third party, which is a bank, which is the ICICI Bank. So the main aim of the blockchain is that to remove this bank, which is a third party. Okay, if I'm removing the third party, then who is going to validate that I'm having the sufficient balance or not? So here other nodes will come in picture, which is a part of this distributed environment. They will do the validation for me and for Upamanyu, and they will get some rewards for that, right? So this is a simple overview of a blockchain. I can't discuss exactly how technically blockchain is implemented because the title of the session is Ideation of Blockchain. I need to discuss a little bit about the application. Now, so from all the previous discussion, you must be understood that what is the use of blockchain. So basically, it improves the accuracy by removing the human intervention. that is a third party, correct? We don't require a third party over here for verification, for validation. Also, if I don't require a third party, obviously cost will be reduced, correct? We don't need to pay that every yearly we need to pay some amount to the banks, right? For credit card and whatever, right? So there are some yearly charges that we don't require over here. Then very important advantage of blockchain is that because of its decentralization of the database, it is very harder for any attacker to tamper with the database. Okay, and that's why you must be learning, you must be reading any news. Blockchain is secure, blockchain is secure. Why? Because of its nature of decentralization and distributed. Okay, it's very difficult for the attacker to hamper or to any data that is stored in ledger. So I can conclude that whatever transactions we are doing on the blockchain are secure, they are private, and they are very efficiently exchanged between different nodes, because blockchain provides transparency for all transaction that is happened between different nodes. All right. So if this is the use of the blockchain, then we have different types of application. So we have three types of blockchain: public blockchain. The second one is hybrid blockchain, and the third one is private blockchain. Now, if I talk about the public blockchain, very popular platform that is based on this public blockchain is Bitcoins and Ethereum. If I talk about the private blockchain, the different platforms available are Monex and multi-chain. If I talk about the hybrid blockchain, the platforms are Corda and R3. There are many more platforms are available in different categories. If you want, you can explore the different platforms. But very popular nowadays is Bitcoin and Ethereum. We all know. Now, the main topic of the session is that what are the different ideas I can implement? What are different applications I can implement using blockchain? You can see the list is very, very big. Very popular application of blockchain is that it is used in supply chain management. It can be also used in cyber security. It can be used in voting. All the government application we can use blockchain. Latest example is, you must have seen, if I want to have a local train pass, okay, I need to validate that I have done with 2 vaccines. That validation is done with the blockchain. You must have observed. The data that they are fetching about my vaccination details is through the blockchain. So this is the latest application that government is using for the in terms of blockchain. Blockchain can be used in any private industries also. Still, there are some application that is in research, right? And many more application we'll discuss in today's session. So first of all, I would like to discuss about the supply chain management application. I'll give the example. This is a traditional application we all are using currently because of Amazon and Flipkart. So there is a delivery boy who delivers Amazon products to everyone, right? So he will come to our place and he will just deliver the particular item to the customer. Now, for example, customer has bought apples, right? And these apples are rotten. So customer is saying, I want my money back. Okay. Now, Amazon and Flipkart, they have taken care about this refund policy, but the others, okay, there are some small case application, those are not having this refund policy. So the customer wants his money returned back. Okay. What delivery boy will say? I can't help you, or delivery boy. So here, now this is very basic problem. And to solve this problem, okay, the industry, they have thought of, can we put this whole supply chain on the blockchain? So basically, blockchain technology will help to track all the types of transaction, okay, very securely and in a transparent manner. Now, I want to give the example. You must have heard about the Walmart, right? So Walmart is a popular food chain in USA. So that Walmart and IBM currently they are working on one project. They are trying to put the Chinese fork on a blockchain. Right? You can see the diagram over here. The pork will be getting from the farmer. It will be provided to the manufacturer. It will be given to distributor centers of Walmart, retail store, and finally to the consumer. Okay, even there is an audit. We know what is audit, right? Every application audit is important. So all these different entities will be a part of blockchain, and we can easily track all this transaction between different entities through the help of blockchain securely and efficient manner. Now, so what exactly and all? Okay, so basically over here, with the help of blockchain, first of all, we'll able to identify the ownership identity. Okay, basically we can able to identify that the particular pork, whether it has come from the authenticated owner or not. Okay, then we can also check the location from where it has been delivered or currently where it is. So we can trace that also with the help of blockchain. If I'll be take the help of IoT, you know, all of you know the IoT. If I take the help of IoT, even I'll be able to check the temperature of the particular food item. I can the location of the particular food item, because we know all these food items we need to maintain a proper temperature. So if I'll be combining blockchain with the IoT, I can track that also, whether particular proper temperature is maintained by all the different entities those are involved in supply chain. Okay, and very important thing is that here we can avoid the fake distribution of the product. If any miscellaneous user or if any unwanted user, okay, if he be try to pretend as a manufacturer, if he take the original product from the farmer and if he do some mixing or something with the product, okay, then we can easily find out that counterfeit of the original product at any stage of the blockchain. So if consumer wanted to know whether he has whatever the product he has got, whatever the atom he has got, whether it is a genuine, whether it is an original atom or not, he can wanted to know about that, then retail store can do that. So to like in the last year, one of the project group, they have developed this blockchain in AI and supply chain management, and they have published a paper. They successfully able to execute this blockchain application for the counterfeit of drugs. This is very common problem nowadays in India. You must have read many news, okay, that many people are getting the fake drugs, cancer drugs and all, right? That affects the health of all those people in India. So can we use blockchain to avoid this fake drug distribution over the India, across the India? Yes, with the help of blockchain, it is possible. Okay, so here what they have done is that they have just put all the entities on the blockchain. For example, the supplier, transporter, right? Then retailer, customer, okay, all, and even the distributor. All these people will be a part of blockchain. Okay, and at every stage of the delivery, they will verify whether the particular drug that has come from the original manufacturer, is it same or not. It is possible, right, with the help of blockchain. So the main I feel at this stage very important application of blockchain is that it can be used in all the supply chain application. It can be related to farming, it can be related to pharma, it can be related to food, whatever. Okay, even diamond industry, currently they are working to put everything, whole diamond market on the blockchain. All right, now So we can conclude that using blockchain, if I use this blockchain in supply chain management, it will give us quick delivery of the item with reduced cost, without any errors, right? With less human intervention, and finally, we can easily check the fake products that is sent across the whole supply chain between different entities, right? Okay, so you can have just this reading, okay, like how Walmart is developing their whole product, the whole chain on the blockchain. Even there are some companies, those who are putting their whole product of pharma products on the blockchain. Now, before discussing the further application, I would like to discuss a success story of one of the country. The country name is Estonia. It is one of the country in Northern Europe. Area is very small. You can see it's hardly 45,227 kilometers. Population you can see on the screen. Okay, GDP is also very, we can say, compared to India, it is very high, right? But still, if you see, they have given this whole project title as Estonia. This whole government of this country, they have all the applications on the blockchain and it's running successfully. So first application that they have, you can check this website, you will get all the idea. Digital ID card and decentralized distributed system. So all the ID cards of all the citizens of this country is available on the blockchain, which provides multiple benefits to all the people, because they can easily tax the file GST within 5 minutes. They can sign any contract electronically within 1 hour. Okay, they can register their business within 30 minutes. Voting is iVoting, it's on the blockchain, correct? And basically this country's aim is that they want to make citizen as an e-citizen. And they have done it successfully. This is a website screenshot of Estonia. You just go through it. It's very interesting how they have developed the whole country, all the operation using blockchain. So along with all this digital ID and all these things, they have some more applications which are on the blockchain. All the health records are securely stored on the blockchain, right? So whatever the updation done in the health records, that can be easily accessible, that can be easily updated on the blockchain. There's stock exchanges also on the blockchain. As I told, the whole voting system is on the blockchain. If anybody wants any identity documents, for example, birth certificate, any business contracts, whatever marriage registration details, everything is on the blockchain. Okay, so it's very interesting, right? It will be very good for India if we have everything on the blockchain, because India faces major problem of corruption, right? Fake documents everywhere. We can see people are generating the fake documents. They are misusing the documents. Okay, there are some people in the government, those who are corrupted, and everything we all know, right? So if you feel okay, if you want to avoid all these things, blockchain is the answer for that. So we'll talk about how blockchain can be useful in government. Okay, I hope it is very interesting to learn about these applications. You will get the idea, right? Generally, it is very new topic, so students don't know that where I can use blockchain. So this session will help you to think where it can be used and how it can be used. So government needs to maintain all its documents either in digital format or in paper format, right? They need to maintain all the daily operations, activities in one single database, right? They need to maintain all the people, citizens details, or maybe it is everything on a particular place, correct? So for all these things, can we use blockchain? This government, okay, we have different levels of governance, right? We have village, we have panchayat, the small cities, we have district, state, and then country. All are connected with each other, okay, in different applications. So for example, okay, if we can have blockchain, correct, can we use a distributed ledger for application? Yes, we can, right? Here, all the securely stored on the blockchain with a proper access mechanism, right? We can restrict the access to some part of some country, some part of some state. Data will be highly securely stored on the blockchain. Okay. For example, Aadhaar card, we have heard one news before some months back that Aadhaar data is leaked, right? Some people have misused all your citizens' Aadhaar data. So we can avoid these types of problem if we have all our data on the blockchain. Okay. So basically, this blockchain will help to manage all this data at different levels of security. Okay. And as we know, government data is very huge, so we'll require many blocks, right? Many blocks transactions to store this data. And very major important note is that why we need to store this government data on the blockchain, because here once we put our data on the blockchain, nobody can able to edit that data, because blockchain is immutable. Okay, nobody can take my PAN card and they can misuse my PAN card. They will just change my name, right? Or they maybe change my address. No, it's not possible. If I'm uploading my original Aadhaar card on the blockchain, not a single person have right to update that data. Okay, so this way, all the fake documents in the government application can be avoided if we have that application on the blockchain. One very popular area that government needs to work out is about the cybercrime. Every day we are reading the news about the cybercrime, right? And the hackers' major target is government websites, government database, or we can say the military database, defense database, correct? And nowadays every country, right, they are into cyber war. They want everyone else data. Correct. So these are the different news, right? I have just taken a screenshot of different newspapers. You can see here the theft of government data is happening every day and every month in different countries. Correct. Blockchain, yes. We can avoid the data duplication, right? We can avoid the data multiplicity. And the whole data will be protected by avoiding the multiple copies. We can't have the multiple copies of the same data, okay, misused by different people. So this is a small use case about the passport data. Passport is very much important. It is used in different applications. For example, investigation agency will require passport. Defense agency will require the passport to find out who is a terrorist and all these things, right? Different Ministry of Public Services required the passport of particular person. Ministry of Foreign Affairs required the passport. Income Tax Department, they require the passport. Airport, obviously we require the passport. So every time, okay, instead of carrying the passport or instead of giving the details of the passport, if you have that passport data securely on the blockchain, any entity can access that data with obviously with the permission of the user. Correct? So a very popular current application, one more application that is used in India is called as India Chain. I don't know how many people have heard about this thing. This is one of the trial India government has implemented on the blockchain technology. Here, all the certificates, okay, will be stored on the blockchain. And if anybody wants to access that education certificates, they can access securely. You can explore this India Chain application. It is again very interesting. As I told you, it is also currently is in advanced or is in research stage for the diamond industry, because we all know that maximum billion, or we can say billions of dollar amount fraud can be possible in diamond industry. Okay, so all these particular fraud can be avoided with the blockchain, and the example is Everledger. Everledger is currently available technology that is used for the diamond application. Okay, here the whole diamond supply chain can be tracked using blockchain. Okay, we can at every stage of the blockchain we can measure the weight of the diamond, the OGT of the diamond. Okay, and this whole Hyperledger is built on the concept of Hyperledger. Hyperledger is one of the technology used to develop the blockchain application. Correct? Now, so I hope at this stage everybody understood, okay, that exactly how blockchain can be used. Now, one more basic example I would like to share with all of you is that how blockchain can be used in cyber security. I'll give the example. Suppose there is Alice and Bob. Alice wants to send $20 to Bob. Correct? Now, I'm considering the existing bank scenario. So this, whatever the dollars Alice want to send will be stored in a particular data. It can be on cloud also. It can be a centralized database also. Correct? Now, here hacker will come in picture. And hacker will try to attack the database. So, what hacker will do? Okay, hacker will access the database. Instead of sending $20 to Bob, maybe hacker will change it to $10. He will keep $10 with him, and the remaining $10 will be transferred to Bob's account. That can be possible, right? Because here, even we are saying that data which is available at the centralized server is secure, it is not secure. All right. Even if it's on cloud, but still it is not 100% secure. And that's why, again, you must have read many news regarding all these malicious transactions that has happened between two different users. That is done by the attackers. Correct? So, to avoid these cyber attacks, okay, which is basically into different frauds, into different malicious transaction, which is on the centralized database, can we use blockchain? Answer is yes. Answer is yes. So we can say blockchain is the best solution to protect all these financial transactions across all cyber security industries. Right? How? So it's providing us higher security, decentralized storage, right? Just now we have discussed blockchain is decentralized storage, and we can trace the transaction also very easily. I'll give the same example. I'll implement the same example on the blockchain. So again, now here I won't use dollar. I'm going to use the Bitcoin, BTC. So A will send 20 Bitcoin to B, that is Bob. The whole users, or we can say this Alice and Bob, are on the blockchain platform. Right? So this particular information that Alice wants to transfer 20 Bitcoin to Bob will be distributed among all the other nodes on the blockchain. Correct? So every node on the blockchain will have this copy that Alice wants to transfer 20 Bitcoin with Bob. And now here attacker will come in picture. If attacker wants to modify this 20 ka 10, he won't. He won't, right? Because blockchain is immutable. Whatever the initial data that we'll put it on the block, it is not able to edit. We can't modify the data. So here we can easily secure the transaction between Alice and Bob if they are the part of the blockchain. Right? So if attacker will try to attack, he will fail. Correct? And this is very, very basic requirement of the current bank industry that we can avoid with the help of blockchain. Now coming to the last part of the session. So what are the other, till now we have discussed that blockchain is used in supply chain management, which is very popularly currently working by different people in different countries. They are trying to put all their data on the blockchain, right? That they want to track the whole supply chain management with the help of blockchain. Second application we have discussed is about the cyber security. Then we have discussed how blockchain is useful for the government applications. Correct? And we have discussed the example of Estonia country, which is a part of Europe. They have all their applications on the blockchain. Now, can we use blockchain in other applications? Yes, the list is very, very, very large. Okay, you can see we can use blockchain for crowdfunding. We can use blockchain for any legal applications, for trade finance, that is for stock finance, for real estate, for healthcare, okay, for supply chain. Even we can have the combination of cloud with the blockchain. It will give us very good secure access. And finally, we can use it on insurance for the insurance agency also. So I'll give in detail about these applications. We can use blockchain for processing of tax payment, that is GST. We know, right? If I'm paying the tax, that tax is what we can say divided into different part of the governments. Okay, if I'll be staying in Mumbai, so some part of my tax will be given to the Mumbai, to the state government, some part will be given to the central government, correct? Some part will be given to the seller from whom I have purchased the particular product. So basically here we need to distribute that tax with different entities. So we can have all these entities on the blockchain, and they can easily securely they can share the tax. Because again, we heard many fake transactions in the tax, okay, that government has misused the tax amount, right, for different applications and all these things. So that all these things we can avoid using blockchain, and our own hard-earned money that we are paying as a tax will be used for development of the country, correct? Blockchain can be used to record all land registry, and currently Andhra Pradesh government have their pilot project. Okay, they have all their land records on the blockchain, and it is again successfully running in Andhra Pradesh. So this is one of the very important application that we can have. All auditing and compliance related applications can be implemented using blockchain. Okay, again, you must be knowing auditing mein sab jhol hota hai, right? Different companies are having their audit at the end of the financial year, and they can just try to manipulate the data to avoid the tax, right? Many electricity companies, okay, many private corporators, okay, they are doing lots of malicious things with the audit information. So we can avoid this thing with the help of blockchain. Next very important thing that currently we have in India, it's in the development stage, that is a citizen identity. We can identify the citizen with the help of blockchain very securely. If we put all the citizen card data, Aadhaar card, PAN card, whatever, all the information, birth certificate, everything on the blockchain, nobody will modify that particular original documents. Okay, we will not have any fake people or any fake identity. Those will misuse our original data because of blockchain. One more application, one more idea we can have with the blockchain is that we can put all the defense data on the blockchain. Very important application. Okay, so right now all our defense data is stored on one centralized server. If any attacker will try to attack the data, everything will be useless, right? The other country will come to know about our defense related information. So if we'll have this data on the blockchain, it will be 100% secure. Again, the current application that is used in many countries actually, that is based on the healthcare. Basically USA, they currently again working on this healthcare industry. They are trying to put all the patient data, health record on the blockchain. So at any time, any doctor, any hospital can access the data, and they can just give the proper treatment to every user. Okay, and basically this, if I'm having the healthcare data on the blockchain, it helps the insurance company, okay, to track the claim that is done by any person, whether that claim that is done by the person is genuine or not. So it really helps for the insurance companies also. One more application that is used in China is about the loyalty point exchange. See, we are getting the loyalty point for every purchase, right? That is also misused by some people. So we can have all these loyalty point application on the blockchain. Now, some civil and some electrical engineers, okay, they are trying to implement this grid chain concept. this grid chain, you must heard about this grid chain. It is one of the application related to energy market, which is on the blockchain. So we can able to, again, this helps to make the final audit for all the electric companies. Okay, so जो भी कुछ झोल चल रहा है electric related to energy and all, that can be solved. And finally, you can't imagine, okay, even we can use this blockchain for the music industry. And currently one of the app, UJO Music, they are having their whole music on the blockchain. Even we have done this project in the last year. One of the group has done this music related project on the blockchain that is used to share the royalty between different music composers or between different singers securely with the help of blockchain. Okay, so you must have seen not a single application, not a single area, okay, of any industry, okay, is left with the help of blockchain. Everywhere we can use the blockchain. But the conclusion is that where to use blockchain, it is very important whenever we want to avoid any fake identity, any fake information. Okay, so wherever there is a word fake, we can have blockchain. All right, and wherever we want to put the data instead of the centralized server on the distributed server, the answer is blockchain. So if you're developing any project in near future, if you think that this project is having some malicious transaction, it is having some fake entities involved, can be possible, you think of blockchain. All right, so what is the takeaway of this session? Even if this is a beginning, that the blockchain applications can be used in real-time applications. Okay, but there are many people in different part of the countries, those are very optimistic about these positive changes that will be happen with the help of blockchain. Okay, and still there are many promising projects. They are in the early stage of the development, and if we do use it properly in a meaningful way, okay, it will be very good for all the countries. But still be years away, right? But still all these things to be years away. It will take maybe next 2 or 3 years to put all these applications on the blockchain. Okay, and the last point I wanted to say that currently all the countries, they want the blockchain developers. If you see their packages, it's almost more than 40 lakh per annum. Okay, so students try to explore this technology. This is very interesting to learn, very interesting to work on this technology. And as I said, is that if India will put all their applications on the blockchain, all the corruption will be vanished from India. I hope you agree with my point, right? Okay, so this is the end of the session. If you have any queries, please feel to ask me. I couldn't able to cover the different technologies or the technical aspects of blockchain, but you can explore. There are many resources available for that. Okay, anybody has any doubt? Okay, so you can just explore every area of the blockchain where it can be used and just try to implement that technology as a mini project, or maybe just experiment that how to use it. All right, so as you don't have any queries, so I think we'll end the session. Thank you everyone for attending this session. I hope I cleared your views about the blockchain. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.